Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Yalva, and to my friend, Erlan and Neneng. As you can see on the screen, we will presentation analysis of BNI and BCA, presented by G Group. Next, first, introduction. Financial analysis involves evaluating an entity financial data to assess its performance and health. As markets become more complex, both companies and investors increasingly rely on this analysis to inform decision making, revealing key insight into profitability, liquidity, operational efficiency, and solvency. Investment in information technology have enhanced financial analysis, allowing for deeper and faster evaluation using sophisticated tools. Analysis can process historical data and financial projection to uncover trends that impact business and investment strategies, making financial analysis crucial for management, investor, creditor, and other stakeholders. In the fast-paced information age, effective financial analysis help companies identify opportunities and risks, enabling them to formulate strategies for long-term success. It ensures efficient resource utilization, allowing this business to thrive amid dynamic market challenge. Next. Goals of financial analysis report. First, to provide a comprehensive evaluation of an organization's financial health and performance. Second, to support informed decision-making for both internal and external stakeholders.
Okay, now let me present about element data for BNI calculation. Next. There's element for BNI as shows as in screen, and then next. Now we're gonna present data of ratio calculation. Next. In bank, there's four primary ratio. First is liquidity ratio, second capital structure ratio, third is asset management efficiency ratio, and then the fourth is profitability ratio. And in this ratio, as shows as the screen, we have some ratio and the name of the ratio, and then how to calculate it. For the example, we have current ratio, and the formula is current assets divided by current liability, and the result is 1.0604 in 2022 and 1.0628 in 2023, and so on. Next. Next. We straight go into the interpretation. Next. Okay, first, for the current ratio, it measures a company's short-term liquidity, indicating its ability to pay short-term debts or obligation with short-term assets. The higher the number, the better. In 2022, the current ratio figure shows 1.0604, while in 2023, the figure rise to 1.0628. This shows their ability to pay short-term has increased. Second is acid test ratio. Similar to the current ratio, this measures the bank ability to meet short-term debts without relying on inventory. Because the bank has no inventory, it often has similar figures with current ratio. So the numbers is same as the current ratio, and it's also shows their ability to pay short term has increased. The third is average collection period. This shows how many days it takes for the bank to collect payment from customer. However, for bank, this reflects the average long term more than the number of unpaid bills. Longer terms are not always negative. The number decreased from 269.2605 in 2022 to 220.1680 in 2023, and shows that the customer collection period requires a shorter time period of time. Next. Fourth is account receivable turnover. This shows how many times the bank collects its average account receivable in a year. The low turnover number is expected due to the nature of long-term loans. These figures increase from 1.3554 in 2022 to 1.6575 in 2023, and this shows that the customer collection period is shorter and the turnover rate is more short-term. Fifth is inventory turnover. Since this is a service company, inventory turnover is not applicable as banks typically don't hold inventory in the same way that product-based business do, making this metric is irrelevant. Six, debt ratio. This ratio is indicating how much the company's assets are financed through debt, but for bank, high debt ratios are considered normal because this ratio likely reflects customer deposits, which are considered as a debt. These figures decrease from 0.8638 in 2022 to 0.8221 in 2023, and indicate that the company assets are financed by a lower debt. Next. Seven is time interest earned. This measures the bank's ability to meet its interest obligation. A ratio above 1 indicates the bank can cover interest expense, but sometimes this ratio is less relevant for banks as they pay and receive interest as a part of their core business. These figures declined from 1.7168 in 2022 to 1.2761 in 2023. And this indicates that the bank's ability to cover its interest expense decreased. 8. Total asset turnover. This indicates how much companies generate in revenue for assets they own. Banks typically have low assets turnover due to their very large asset base. These numbers go up from 0.0530 in 2022 to 0.0565 in 2023. And this shows that there is an increase in the company to generate revenue per assets they own. 9. Fixed asset turnover. This indicates how much company generate in revenue, but for fixed assets they own. This number rose from 2.0587 in 2022 to 2.2140 in 2023, and this shows the revenue generated from fixed assets has increased. Next. Then is operating return on investment. This shows how well a company generates profit from its invested capital in its core business operation. These numbers went up from 0.0222 in 2022 to 0.0237 in 2023. And this shows the operating income from total assets they have has increased. 11th, operating profit margin. The percentage of profit a company generates from its core business operation before interest and taxes. These figures increase from 0.4189 in 2022 to 0.4199 1922 in 2023, and this indicates they have slightly more margin. 12th, net profit margin. The percentage of revenue that become profit after all expenses are deducted. These numbers go from 0.3381 in 2022 to 0.3430 in 2023, and this shows the percentage of revenue that becomes profit has slightly increased. Next. Thirteenth is return of equity. Measures how effectively a company uses its shareholders' investment to generate profits. These figures increased from 0.1538 in 2022 to 0.1582 in 2023. And this shows the company is likely more effective in generating profits from its shareholders' investment. 14th is gross profit margin. This represents how much the bank retains some of its revenue after accounting for direct costs like interest earned on assets and interest paid on deposits. These numbers decreased from 0.7759 in 2022 to 0.6714 in 2023. And this indicates the company has experienced a decrease in retaining some of its revenue. And the last is return on assets. This indicates how much a company generates profit relative to its total assets, showing how efficiently management use assets to generate earnings. But typically, banks have lower ROA due to large assets bases. These numbers increase from 0.0179 in 2022 to 0.0194 in 2023, and this indicates the company is generating more profits relative to its total assets. Next.
Okay, I will explain the ratio calculation for BCA. You will see in the picture beside me. I will explain the ratio of bank BCA. First, we have liquidity ratio. Has several parts. The first of which is current ratio. I will explain the element data for BCA calculation. You will see BCA calculation in the picture beside me. And then next, I will explain the data of ratio calculation for BCA Bank. The liquidity ratio has several parts. The first of which is current ratio. And then current ratio has current asset divided is one in 2022, and the next I will expand, and then the formula future details. Please refer to the picture beside me. Next, I will explain the interpretation of BCA Bank. First, we have current ratio. It measures a company's short-term liquidity, indicating its ability to pay short-term debt or obligation with short-term asset. The higher the number, the better. In 2022, the current ratio figure shows 1.2003, while in 2003 the figure reset to 1.21,002. This shows their ability to pay short term has increased. Next we have ASI test ratio. Similar to the current ratio, this measure the bank ability to meet short-term debt without relying on inventory, because the bank typically doesn't hold inventory. It often has similar figure with current ratio. The figure also rise from 2003 in 2022 to 1.21,002 in 2023, and shows their ability to pay short term has increased. Next, have average collection period. This indicated how many days that it takes the bank to collect payment for customer, but for bank this often reflection the average long term rather than unpaid bills. A longer period is it negative. This figure described from 148.77 and 66 in 2002 to 141 and 5,500 5,584 in 2023, and indicated that the customer collection period takes a shorter time. Next we have a current asset payable turnover. This shows how many times the bank collect its average account receivable in a year. The low turnover number is expected due to the nature of long-term loans. These figures increase from 2.45 4,500 and 44 in 2002 507 and 84 in 2003, and this shows that the customer collection period is shorter and the turnover rate is more short term. And 5, inventory turnover. Since this is a service company, inventory turnover is not applicable, as bank typically do not hold inventory in the same way that product-based business do, making this metric irrelevant. 6, we have debt ratio. This ratio is indicating how much the company asset are financed through debt. But for bank, high debt ratio are considered normal, because this ratio likely reflect customer deposit, which are considered as a debt. This figure described from 0.8 and 628 in normal, because this ratio likely reflects customer in 2002 to 0.8 and to 200 to 21 in 2023, and indicate that the company asset and financed by lower debt. 7 times interest earned. This measure the bank ability to meet its interest obligation are a ratio above. I indicate the bank can cover interest expense, but sometimes the ratio is less relevant for bank as they pay and receive interest and as a part for their core business. These numbers described from 6.100 100 and one bentar 6 point apa ya Fer bacanya? Ferlan, apa ya
Kalau
bacanya?
susah sebut aja angkanya
6
6.1159 misalnya. Kalau susah.
6.1159 in 2022 to 4.6050 in 2023, and this indicate that the bank ability to cover interest expense discrete. Sampai nomor berapa ya tadi? Ya kayaknya. Lu waktunya sisa 9 menit.
Kalau buat baru.
Lanjut dulu bentar. Next, we have total asset turnover. This indicate how much a company generate revenue for asset they own. Bank typical have low asset turnover do their very longer asset base. This number is great from 0.0549 in 2022 to 0.020 in 2023, and this shows that there is an increase in the company to generate revenue per assets they own. Nine fixed asset turnover. This indicate how much company generate in revenue, but for fixed asset they own, this ratio is less relevant for bank because they typically don't really heavily on fixed asset. This number described from 2.923 and 6 in 2022 to 3.258 and 1 in 2023, and this shows the revenue generated from fixed asset has increased. 6. Then we have operating return on investment. This shows how well a company generates profit from its invested capital in its core business operation. This number is great from 0.0383 in 2022 to 0.0427 in 2023, and this shows the operating income from total asset they have as increased. Next, we have operating profit margin. The percentage of margin profit a company generates from its core business operation before interest and tax with total sales. This figure described from 0.66985 in 2022 to 0.6885 in 2023, and this indicate they have slightly less margin. And 12 net profit margin. The percentage of revenue that becomes a profit after all expense are deducted. This figure increased from 0.5602 in 2022 to 0.5597 in 2023, and this shows the percentage of revenue that becomes profit has slightly increased. And then we have return on equity, measure how effectively a company use its shareholders investment to generate profit. These figures increased from 0.1195 in 2022 to 0.2115 in 2023. And this shows the company is more effective in generating a profit from its shareholder investment. And then next we have gross profit margin. This represents how much the bank retains some of its revenue after accounting for direct costs like interest earned and asset and interest paid on deposit. This number decreased from 0.8857 in 2022 to 0.8596 in 2023, and this shows the company experienced in retaining some of its asset, indicates how much a company generates profit relative to its total assets, showing how efficiently management use asset to generate earning. But typical bank have lower return on asset due to large asset base. This number increased from 0.0309 in 2022 to 0.03 for 5 in 2023, and this indicate the company is generating more profits relative to its total asset.
Okay, next comparison. Next. In the 2022 until 2023 period, BNI saw a fairly good performance indicated by an average increase in the level of liquidity, capital structure, asset management efficiency, and profitability from 2022 until 2023. BCA also saw the same thing. What is different about these two banks is that BCA has numbers or resources that are quite large than BNI. An example can be seen from the total asset owned by BCA in 2023, amounting to 1,408,117,000 million of rupiah, while BNI is only 1,086,663,186,000 in million of rupiah. The average point ratio owned by BCA is also higher than BNI. Although in terms of the number of ratio points increased, BNI and BCA do not have a significant difference. In addition, based on the calculated ratio points, the most significant ratio factor that difference BCA and BNI performance lays in the average collection period, where BCA is much faster is receiving payment from customer with only 141, while BNI has 220 days in 2023. Next. Conclusion. In conclusion, both banks have good performance and the level of performance is increasing every year. However, BCA as overall has a much better performance than BNI, as shown by the higher number is in the financial statement and ratio point that they have. Let's end today's presentation. Thank you very much for your great attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.